Today we're back looking at some petty people in TikTok.
Everybody makes mistakes.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that's one way to piss off them people. I personally couldn't work in a retail position like that because I feel like if someone was rude to me, I probably would snap back at them. I mean, that's totally why I get fired. Commenting to stay on petty talk, well, this video is going to be filled with petty TikToks. I used to leave the sensors in their clothes or throw a sensor in to make the alarm go off. Okay, so this actually happened to me a few times whenever I was younger. We would purchase the clothes, but they wouldn't take the alarms off. Did they do that on purpose? I mean, we were really lovely then, but it's absolutely terrifying whenever you buy something, go for the door, and, like, the alarm goes off, you genuinely feel like a bloody criminal. If you don't know what watermarking an image is, it's basically whenever you put like your text like copyrighted. Have you ever like looked at like a Getty photo and it's got like very faintly over at Getty, like the logo? Basically they're copyrighting it because she took a watermark. Is that like a logo? Yes, just like photographers use. So yeah, basically if you ever look at like a red carpet photo, sometimes there'll be like watermarks over it. Or like if you ever tried to download an image, it's got like them really irritating watermarks and you really want to get rid of them, but you can't. That's basically what she's done. She's watermarked it and copyrighted it. So it means that like if the boyfriends go to post it, it'll like say her name on it. For those dads who ask for the first day of school pics so they can flex and pretend they help buy anything. Are men really like that? I mean, I know some dads are very bad, mums as well. I will never understand why somebody will get somebody pregnant and then just completely abandon the child. Be a man and take care of that child. That's actually really smart and not petty at all. It's taking credit for your work. Exactly, like are you literally going to be there for the kid's first day of school and then the dads are going to post it and pretend it's their photo? Like, nah, get lost.
What is the pettiest thing you've done after the end of a relationship?
I love that I'm a dirtbag. Story time! So I was dating this guy and I, kind of L'd him. I would have OVE'd him, but, wasn't there yet. But we were really good. We were having fun. We were traveling together, seeing each other regularly. I even met his mom and dad. Not his whole family, but his mom and dad. Importante, mucho, mucho importante, right? Well, we were talking and then one day he just ghost me. Like literally ghost me.
I will never understand that. I will never understand how you can get close to someone and they just cut you off just like that. It's happened to me a few times. It kind of makes me think, is that person got another partner and their partner's maybe found out? I don't know, it's just weird.
And we live like 3 minutes away from each other, which is weird. So I kind of thought he died, but whatever, I digress. So what did I do? I continuously sent the most amazing bouquets of flowers to his mom and bottles of wine to his dad because I know what he likes. With, oh, I hope to see you guys soon. I hope this and that. Because his mom loved me. He didn't tell her. I then, months later, decided to DM his brother, whom he never introduced me to, and go on a date with him. Oh, we f***ed. And then he invited me to a family barbecue where I was introduced to the rest of his family. Ghost.
Oh god, well that's definitely a way to make yourself known. Basically the guy played with her feelings, ghosted her, so then she like showed the mum and dad loads of love and got with the brother. Oh god, that's definitely a story you can tell someone in a few years. Some people in the comments told them some of the petty things that they done. He worked at a pawn shop and I went in while he was at work and sold my wedding ring and all the jewellery he's bought me over the past 15 years. You might think that that's petty, but technically he could get a commission, so you might have shot yourself in the foot there. I waited until they got to the series finale of Breaking Bad on Netflix and then changed my password. Oh my god, this actually happened to me recently. Basically with my family, there was like, I don't know how to put it into words. Oh, I actually don't know if I want to tell the story. Basically, somebody had a Netflix account on my account, and I noticed it quite quickly, and basically, like, changed my whole password. Put it this way, if you want to watch Netflix, you gotta pay for it. I ain't gonna pay for your Netflix account. You ain't part of my family. Okay, so this next TikTok's actually quite funny because I've done this before. Basically, these girls are gonna pretend that they're like two men. You'll understand it whenever you watch it. So look, as you can see, two girls are basically gonna pretend that they're guys. When he tried to pretend, oh, yeah. I mean, it's kind of believable. Are you gonna post it? Yeah, that's the winner. Oh, yep, it's going up in the story. Oh! Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, he screenshotted it. With a situation like that, you either pull them back in or push them further away. I've been in similar situations where, I've wanted someone's attention or them to ask me, like, who's that? So I took, like, photos like that with my friends. But, oh, God, thinking about it now, it's quite embarrassing that I done that. Like, I was thirsty for their attention. He was dry heaving for sure, LMAO. Yeah, I know he proper, like, messaged you and he screenshotted it. Do you know that that deep down really hurt him? I know their stomach hurt after saying that. Who, the boy or the girls? The girls' stomach probably hurt because they're giggling, but the boy's probably, like, insecure and, like, jealous. Bro, he ain't added me, so I can't even do this. See, that's the thing. They might see that and think, oh god, she's trying to, you know, win me back, etc. Because, you know, people aren't stupid as what they might seem. You know, he probably knows deep down that she's doing that to get back at him. I mean, that's what I used to do. The fact that he was already taking a screenshot before you said excuse me is the best part. That's how you know it really got in his head, like that proper got in his nerves. When he cheats and you put prawns in his curtain poles. Oh, okay, so if you don't know, prawns are kind of fishy, they stink. And yeah, they're putting it in his curtain poles. They break into his house. How'd they get in his house? There's a window behind him open. Did they break in that way? I mean, this is definitely petty. It's not illegal, thank God. Oh god, his room is gonna stink. Like, his room's literally gonna be stinking of fish. Tuna water in a spray bottle. Nah, you can't do that. You can't spray tuna water everywhere. He hates flies, so I'm gonna leave fruit in places he will never find it. See, the thing is, whenever it comes to pettiness, you have to be careful not to bring their family into it. You don't want his family to come after you. This woman needs a reward. Yes, 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 yes. I mean, I'm with you, but like, did she break into the house that the sister film is? She's in his house. Did she literally break through the window? Not me favoring this for ideas from the comments. I know, like, I was looking at some of the comments and put it in this video, but I'm reading some of the extra comments. I'm like, you want to do something? If someone ever pisses me off, I'm gonna do that.
So I discovered my ex-husband's wedding website for his new wife, and I noticed a few things in his how we met section that weren't correct, so join me as we correct them.
I've never been married, but do people make wedding websites? Is it a website dedicated for them? Imagine if I got married to myself. That's possible, by the way. You can actually do that. Try and make myself my own wee website.
Let's begin. So they met while stationed together in the military. That is true. After a year of getting breakfast at the galley together daily. Let's think about that. That was when he was still married to me. So that was 6 years into our marriage. He told me that it was cheaper to eat on base every day because he ate a lot for breakfast because he worked out a lot. So he started rushing out the door in the morning to go eat there before work.
Okay, so he is a military man. That's a red flag. Look, I love the military. I support them. I really do respect them for all that they do. Sometimes the men can be a bit sketchy.
Which I was like, okay, cool. You know, that sounds good. And he, during that time, started refusing to kiss me or even say goodbye all the way out the door. I thought he was just in a rush to get to work. My bad, they were having breakfast together. They were also doing partner workouts. See, what he told me is that he was leading workouts on base every day for other service members. Like, what a nice and generous thing to do. Oh no, that was a year of them having partner workouts together. Again, 6 years into his and my marriage while we were actively in marriage therapy and having many hours long conversations about Star Wars and Marvel, which he used to do that with me. In that last year, he suddenly just kind of faded away from that. He thought maybe there's something here. Yeah, I wonder. On his last day at his unit, immediately following his going away party, they went on their first date. So timeline wise, that would have been about the point where he finally admitted, I had to drag it out of him, admitted that he didn't want to be married. And then he needed a week to think on it because he was panicking over it. And he came back after a couple days and was like, no, I'm committed. We're going to make this work. And I said, okay, but if you lie to me or cheat on me, it's over. And he melted down.
He's already done that.
And I said, I feel like you could cheat on me right now. And he said, I can see that. He agreed to split. I left 2 weeks later, and then he would have had his last day at his unit like less than like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after that. So that was when he first took her out on a date. And now they're married. A mere, 13 months after our divorce finalized. You know, I used to feel bad for her because I get it. He's charismatic and I can see how somebody would fall for that. But like, she got with him while he was married and they basically just admitted to it on their wedding website. So I hope they both get the life they deserve.
If the girl didn't know that he was married, I feel bad for her, but if she did, it's a different story. Yet again, military men, like, I respect them because they put their life in line, but some of them are very, very iffy. You know, there's a lot of red flags. You don't know if, like, oh, it's a situation I personally don't want to get into. A man who marries his mistress only creates a vacancy in the position. I can guarantee in about a year I'll have another mistress. Yet again, it's the fact that you and him were married for like 7 years. Like, that's a long time. 7 years of your life dedicated to someone and you probably dated before that. I will never ever understand someone who does that. Like, I can never be a man like him. Is he expecting nobody remembers that he was married before, or like when you got divorced? I wonder what his friends thought. Like, I wonder if his friends knew that he was married, especially like the army men. Yet again, it's just such scumbag behavior. You know, if you don't want to be in a relationship with someone, end a relationship and then get with someone else. Don't go behind their back and cheating them. And that's the fact that he married the woman who he cheated with. He's probably gonna do the exact same thing to her and bin her off eventually in the future.
Petty revenge idea.
Okay.
Get a gift card to their favorite restaurant, but only put like 12 cents on it.
Love it.
Type a heartfelt note of appreciation for the person, but don't sign it.
Oh.
This guy is a former teacher, so hopefully he'll think it's an anonymous gift from a past student.
That's a good one.
Address the envelope in cursive, or print it out, then stuff your letter inside. Don't forget the gift card. You forget the receipt. Should I actually send it?
Yes, do it. The thing is, that's really going to get in his head because he's going to be thinking, who's this from? Like, if I got like a secret admirer, like a stalker. I'm telling you right now, if I ever got a weird letter or a gift card like that, I'd be calling the police because I'd be like, who's stalking me?
What is the pettiest thing you've done after the end of a relationship?
So I've never done anything really petty because I think because I've never really had any terrible breakups. But a guy that I worked with in the Yukon, I love this story. We were all, up in the Yukon working pretty isolated. He had a girlfriend, but he was cheating on her. And then she came to visit him. And while she was visiting, she found out that he had been cheating on her. So, of course, she's packing her bags to go. He leaves for work. And while he's at work, she proceeds, before she leaves and flies home, to cut the crotch out of every single pair of underwear, shorts, jeans, pants, joggers, anything that he owns that you wear on the lower half of your body in his apartment. She cuts a hole. She cuts a crotch right out. And the greatest thing is that when later on he went home and found out and then came back and told us the story, I could tell that, like, he knew he was in the wrong. He knew he was the asshole. And I could tell that just the petty but also sort of comical revenge of this cutting the crotch out or whatever kind of left him madly respecting her. Like, when he told us the story, he wasn't even upset. He was like, yep, she did that, and yep, I deserve it. And you have to admit, it's pretty funny.
I mean, I'd be upset that literally all of my clothes are completely torn to shreds, but yet again, don't cheat and it won't happen. Imagine that happening to you. Like, how would you buy more clothes? Would you literally have to stay in the house 24/7 until like a new pair of jeans comes? She literally cut the crotch out all of them. Like, you can't go outside wearing stuff like that.
One of my foster carers wouldn't let me in the house when she wasn't in the house. Would only feed me yogurt from Monday to Friday.
Yogurt?
On the weekends, I was allowed to eat dinner, but I wasn't allowed to sit at the same table as her and her biological children.
This sounds like abuse. Like, this shouldn't be in this video. This literally sounds like mental abuse. With foster parents, you either get the really good ones, like the actual good foster parents, or the evil ones. And I've got a feeling this one seems a bit evil.
She used to make fun of me because my clothes were all hand-me-downs and were dirty. She used to make fun of me for having no qualifications. She used to tell me I was lucky that she took me in because my own parents didn't want me. So one day, I weed into a cup, I poured it into the kettle, I waited, I watched her boil the kettle, I watched her make a cup of coffee, I watched her sit down, I watched her drink the cup of coffee, and I smiled manically the whole time.
But did she know that she was drinking your piss? Yeah, again, I will never understand a foster parent like that. Are you gonna foster children and be horrible to them? Like, that's literally the opposite of what you're meant to do. You're meant to take care of the kids. I think foster parents do get money, so maybe that's why she's using it as a financial gain. This makes me want to foster more to give a child a safe space. Just trying to convince my husband. I'm not sure if fostering is exactly the same as adopting, but I'm pretty sure it is quite hard to foster a child. There's so many children in the foster care system and like up for adoption. It's quite crazy. A lot of times whenever people talk about children, they're like, oh, you know, we don't need to foster, we have our own. But it's like, you do realize there's kids in the system. It honestly does break my heart that she had to go through that. She was just in it for the money and bragging rights. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I'm pretty sure foster parents do get paid. That woman shouldn't have. Like, she shouldn't have got a single penny. Like, what? I'd love to be a foster carer, but I know it would break me giving a child back. That's the same as me. It's like, I think I would love to do it. Like, I'd love to like share a room or whatever whenever I was younger. However, it's a fact like one day they do go back and it's like, I can do that. It's like, I get too connected. I literally want to adopt them. Well, anyways, guys, that's some petty revenge. If you want to see me look at more petty TikToks, let me know, definitely will. Press bigger, subscribe, and see you all tomorrow for another video.